Well, there is a project underway in the Black River State Forest area to bring elk back to Wisconsin. In tonight's Hour Outdoors, a look at what you'll be seeing soon in Jackson County. Scott Repke, a wildlife biologist with the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, spends a lot of his time monitoring the newest herd of elk in Jackson County. The first group of 23 were released in August of last year. 13 of those are still surviving, plus one new calf. Then in July of this year, 50 more were released, 39 adults and 11 calves that were born before their release.
They're born at about 35 pounds, and some of the big mature bulls, when they reach their peak age, can get up to about 700 pounds. The average elk that we had in our quarantine pen was between 300 and 500 pounds.
To help keep track of them, all of them are collared before they leave the pen.
These are our dual function GPS VHF collars, so we can monitor these guys right from our computer in the office. Gives us a location every 13 hours.
These 64 elk shipped in from Kentucky are a precious commodity in Wisconsin, as they are being reintroduced to the state some 150 years after disappearing from the landscape.
Elk were a native species not only throughout Wisconsin, but throughout the lower 48 states. And as European settlers kind of came across the continent, they overharvested elk during the early to mid 1800s. In addition to the overharvest, we also experienced a large amount of habitat loss, so a lot of the forests were turned into farmland.
Efforts in Minnesota, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Kentucky have all been successful in reintroducing elk. So how did they pick this spot in Jackson County as a good place to bring elk back to Wisconsin?
The Black River Elk Range in general is kind of a mixed oak, pine, aspen forest, which makes really good elk habitat. In addition to the forested habitat, you have a lot of scattered openings, both in terms of natural grass openings, as well as clear-cut areas that provide exceptional forage opportunities for elk.
And although the experts keep very close monitoring on these elk, they're asking the public to give the animals their space as they adjust to their new surroundings. But over time, as the herd grows,
they also provide for exceptional recreational opportunities, both in terms of wildlife watching for folks, as well as potential future hunting season on the landscape.
For the time being, these elk are staying close to this 320 acres in Jackson County, with a second herd also being introduced in northern Wisconsin near Clam Lake. They may be hard to spot right now, but signs like these are getting people used to the idea that they may start to see more than just deer when traveling through Jackson County. So it turns out, as far as a timeline for outdoor enthusiasts, it could be, a year or two. It'll be a lot easier to spot these elk as their numbers start to grow and as they get used to wandering around more and kind of going out foraging on their own. And then as far as hunting goes, they said that could be a good 8 to 10 years off. But they said, interestingly enough, next fall, the bulls that they have will actually be old enough that you may actually hear them before you see them, because they'll be old enough to kind of hear that distinct bugling noise that they make.
And I know when you went out there to do the story, you were hoping to see them. Actually, it didn't happen though.
And right? You know where they are, and they're kind of like keeping that a little private right now, exactly where they are. But they didn't want to scare them out of that area.
Makes sense.
So